Enough to knock me out, but I'm still holding the throne. You'll never know till it's over. So pretty it hurts. Just beware of the thorns.
Hello everybody. Another video, another story. The last one I was a little bit aggravated in. So I'm going to try to make this a little more entertaining. But there's, if you're new to prison or you go to prison, there's lessons to be taken from this one. But if you're new to prison content, if you're new here, you like prison content, subscribe, share, like, comment. I like to hear all you guys' comments. I've been hearing more and more from people who've done time in Missouri, and I love hearing from you guys. You guys are fellow Missouri convicts, ex-cons, and I also, doesn't matter where you did time at, I like hearing from you. I like hearing from those who have never done any time. I like the fact that you guys never done any time. We don't want to go to prison. Don't want to go back to prison. So let's get into this. This is about a guy I knew named Jonesy. I met a guy from New York, and we called him New York. I can't tell you his real name, but he went by New York, and he used to call me Rolla because I fell out of Phelps County, Missouri. Was in Raleigh jail, even though that isn't where I lived. I lived south of there, about 20 miles on a farm. Went to school to Newburgh, but that's neither here nor there. Anyway, through him, I met this guy named Jonesy. I can't tell. That's all we called him, Jonesy. I don't know if his last name was Jones or Jonesy or what it was, but there are many Joneses in prison, and these are the type of people that will bum. Every time you turn around, let me get a cigarette, let me get this, let me get a burrito, hey, hook me up with a burrito, let me get in the car. Get in the car like when you're cooking a meal. Because usually, we like cooking up 2 or 3 of us together. Sometimes it'll be just you and your cellie, sometimes it'll be people from other cells and stuff, You go out and you cook up. Anyway, a lot of these people, you give them an inch and they want a mile. I don't mind giving somebody a cigarette, especially somebody I'm cool with, if he's out of tobacco or he's just having a bad time or whatever. I don't mind giving him a cigarette. I don't mind even giving him food. But those aren't the type of people I'm talking about. The type I'm talking about is they go around cell to cell bumming this or that or that. I knew a guy at the walls used to go up to the canteen and bum with a canteen bag and just bum a soup here, a soup there, and get this from somebody, and he'd almost have a canteen bag full. But Jonesy, I don't think Jonesy smoked because he never asked for cigarettes. He may have asked for a shot of coffee once in a while. But his biggest thing was asking for, say like me and my cellie was making burritos or something. Hey man, let me get in the car. But he would never put anything in. He wouldn't even put a soup in or, something real cheap in. He just wanted you to give him stuff, And so one day, our neighbor was an older guy, and we found out he took laxatives. Medical gave him laxatives. He needed them, And so it was right after a time that Jonesy came by asking for food, man, let me get one of those burritos, You guys cooking burritos? Let me in the car. You know, to be in the car, you got to contribute something. You got to put something in. You just can't get in the car and somebody give you something you don't contribute to making a meal. So this old man next door, he overheard this, and so he was talking to my cellie. He goes, he does this all the time, doesn't he? My cellie Kevin. I've talked about Kevin several times. That was who my cellie was. And Kevin said, yeah, he's always begging for something, food or something. He goes, you guys ought to make him some burritos. I'll give you some laxatives to put in there. And I didn't know this conversation went on, and so the next time me and Kevin cooked up, he said, we're making burritos. I said, burritos again? We just had burritos, a few days ago. And Kevin says, yeah, but he said, Jonesy is going to come by asking for a burrito. And I said, yeah, he always does. He goes, oh, you wasn't part of that conversation I had with the neighbor. And I said, what was that? He said he'd give us some laxatives and give Jonesy a couple burritos, and it might stop him of that. And so I said, oh, okay, I mainly just thought it would be funny. I wasn't really so much trying to teach Jonesy a lesson, even though that ended up happening, but I just thought it was funny. So Kevin gets 4 laxatives from this guy, and we lined this burrito with this, with these 4 laxative pills. And so, sure enough, here comes Jonesy. We had the burrito set off to the side because we was afraid of getting it mixed up with ours. That would have been all bad, that would have been good for one of us. But anyway, Jonesy said, hey man, you guys cooking burritos? Why don't you let me get one? Let me get in the car. So we played it off, Jonesy, to be in the car you got to contribute. He goes, man, I ain't got soup to my name. I ain't got nothing to my name, And we said, oh, well, since you're doing that bad, then we'll give you a burrito. So he runs off with the burrito, runs back into his cell. And later on, when the wing, he was out in the wing, he was talking to some guys, and he's leaning up against the wall between 2 cells, talking to these guys. And all of a sudden, I see him dart for his cell. I mean, he was almost in a run. And he goes in his cell and comes back a little later. And he sees me and Kevin out there. Kevin was on the phone. I was playing spades. And he comes over and he goes, hey, Harv, them burritos hit you wrong? I said, yeah, my stomach's a little messed up. Why? He goes, man, I had used the bathroom real quick. And he said, I'm feeling like I got to go again. So by this time, Kevin's getting off the phone. He's walking over. And he hears that last part, And he goes, how about you, Kevin? Kevin says, no, I'm good. I feel all right. He goes, man, I ain't feeling so good. And by the time he grabs his stomach and off he goes again. Well, we're laughing, and I guess according to him, the next day he told us he was on the toilet a lot, using the bathroom. And maybe I should feel a little bad about that. And I find it hard too. I mean, it was funny. And Jonesy, if you're out and you're watching this, I ain't trying to put you down or anything. That was a prank we pulled on you, giving you those laxatives. I'm sorry I can't It was funny. You know, he would have done the same thing, you know. Something similar. So anyway, it was sometime later, a few months later. I had a different celly by then, and I think Kevin, I don't know what had happened to him. Went to the hole or something. Maybe they separated us or something. They like separating people sometimes, and especially if there's a bunch of you that are cool and hanging around together. If you all end up in the same wing, they like splitting you up, and they don't like that. And I guess they're scared. So I'm going to say they're scared, afraid we'll get up to no good. Just remember this, people. They don't like people uniting in prison, and that's why there's always division. But anyway, a few months later, I had this celly. He's out now and he's doing good. But we made pizza, and it was no, it was a couple of our workout partners made some pizzas, and they made tuna pizza. Bird did not like tuna. I mean, he did not like it, period. He didn't like it didn't matter how you made it, what you put in it, what you did with it. He did not like tuna. So they brought us down these pizzas, and they're tuna. And so, you know, we thanked them, and Bird, after they left, Bird says, you know, I don't like tuna. I can't eat this, man. You're going to have to eat this. I said, I can't eat all that, you know. I'm going to be full after eating mine, you know. And so I said, I'll give some to Jonesy. Jonesy's always jonesing for food, you know. Like the rest of us jones for a cigarette. But, so I called Jonesy over there. I said, Jonesy, you want this pizza? He said, no. I don't want that pizza. I said, what? You turned down food. He says, I don't want no food from you. Excuse me, I'm sorry. You know, at first I was taken back, you know, I didn't know what to think. I said, what's wrong? You know, what'd I do? He goes, last time I got a burrito from you, I was on the toilet all night. Sorry. That's that lung of mine. I get to laughing, and I got that sclerosis of the lung or whatever it is. Yeah. Anyway, that was funny. I mean, I'd forgotten about that, you know, and so he didn't take the pizza, and I ate some of it, but I couldn't eat it all, you know, and I found somebody to give it to, and later on I was telling Kevin about that. I said, Jonesy didn't, so I tried to give him that pizza, and said he didn't want nothing from me. And Kevin laughed, you know, and he said, well, it worked then, you know, we taught him a lesson. But that was one of the funniest things that I've seen, and people say that that was a mean thing for me and my cellie to do, but maybe it was, you know, maybe it was, but it was also very funny, and I apologize because I find something like that funny. I know if it happened to me, I wouldn't have been laughing, but whoever had done it to me would have been laughing. And everybody knows this. So I hope you enjoyed this. Thank you for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye.